Samach Zayin, I think it is. Just learned the Daf Yomi. The mitzvah, Amar Abaye, mitzvah lemimni yomi, or mitzvah lemimni shvui. The mitzvah of Sfiras HaOmer consists of two parts. It's a mitzvah for us to count the days till we reach 49 days. And also mitzvah lemimni shvui. We have to count the weeks. Shiva Shavua is Tispalach. Mora brings two psukim. It says Tizbuch Hamishim Yoim. That tells us that we have to count the days till we reach the 50th day. And also Shiva Shavua is Tispalach. That we should count 7 weeks. So Mitzvah Lemimni Yoimi and Mitzvah Lemimni Shvu. So the Rambam, the Sefer Mitzvahs, which is a Sefer that enumerates the Taryag Mitzvahs. We know we have 613 mitzvahs. 248 mitzvahs aseh, and 365 lo aseh. And many Rishonim and Kadmonim were trying to figure out exactly what is and what isn't a mitzvah for itself, what's nichlal and other mitzvahs. And the Rambam has Sefer Mitzvahs la Rambam. And the Rambam discusses Taryag Mitzvahs Nemru Moshe Sinai, how one concludes to the Taryag Mitzvahs. And the Rambam, when he discusses the mitzvahs Sfiras HaOmer, the Rambam says that one might make a mistake from the Lashon of the Gemara, or mitzvah lemimni yomi, or mitzvah lemimni shvui, that these are two mitzvahs. They should be counted as two separate mitzvahs. The mitzvah of counting the days, the mitzvah of counting the weeks. Maybe the Gemara is telling us that mitzvah lemimni yomi, mitzvah lemimni shvui, the Gemara means that we should look at it as two separate mitzvahs. The Rambam says that's not the case. It's really only one mitzvah. The Gemara is saying that we're commanded to count the days and commanded to count the weeks. It doesn't say that each one is an independent mitzvah. It's chalokim of one big mitzvah. That's what the Rambam says. If it would have said minyan yoimi mitzvah or minyan shvui mitzvah, then it would mean that the essence of each one of them is a mitzvah for itself. When it just says mitzvah limimli, then it means there's a commandment to do this and a commandment to do this. But a minyan of mitzvahs, it's all one. The Rambam says, the Rambam realizes that it's a little bit doichik. The Rambam says, I have a raya brur, I have a clear proof, raya brur, that what we're saying is correct. That's only one mitzvah. Why? Two rayas, really, the Rambam brings. The Rambam says a very interesting thing. Now, there's two minhagim, how we go about counting the weeks. Some minhagim were, they only count the weeks at the end of the week. Every day you count the days. And the weeks we count when at the 7th day, 1 week. The 14th day, 2 weeks. 21st day, 3 weeks, and so on. But every day, we don't make mention of the weeks. It's only when the week commences, then we say, oh, no ravoch. Like the Rambam, if it would be two mitzvahs, that's what we would do. We would count the days as they go, and the weeks as they become nishlam. For the fact that we, the minig, the Rambam has our minig, that we say every day the cheshbon of the days and the weeks, that's a raya bruche, the Rambam says. That's all one mitzvah. That needs to be explained. Because that's for sure, the reason we count the weeks is because there's a prat in the mitzvah of that. There's two halakim in the mitzvah. To count the days and count the weeks. Now we're discussing how do you count the weeks? Do you count them at the end of the week? Or every day you mention the week? So that's l'chayra a shayla how we're mekayim the prat of Shvui. So if let's say we hold that Shvui is mekayim us to count every day, why is it the right that it's one mitzvah? Maybe there's two mitzvahs. To count the days and the weeks. But the way you count the week is not by the commencement of the week. Every day you mention the week. Why is that a right that it's one mitzvah? Why is it a right? Maybe it's two mitzvahs. But every day you do the mitzvah of Yom and mitzvah of Shvui. Why is it a right brura? There's two independent, we have two independent shaylas here. Should we look at weeks and days as one or as two? Then we have another shayla. How do you mekayim Shvui? Is it enough to say it at the end of the week? Well, you have to say it every day. So how does the Rambam connect these two things together? Araya Brura, that's all one mitzvah, because every day you mention the weeks. It's not mitzvah because you do every day both halakim, so it must be one mitzvah. There are a lot of mitzvahs we do every day. They're separate mitzvahs. What does that have to do with it? Well, why is it Araya Brura? And then the Rambam says another guy. Because we make only one bracha. If it be two mitzvahs, you would make two separate brachas. One for Sfiris Yoimeh, and one for Sfiris Shvuah. If we make one general bracha, al Sfiris Yoimeh, must be that it's one mitzvah. So that we understand a little bit better. That raya is a clearer raya. If it be two separate mitzvahs, so each mitzvah would have its bracha. Elamai, there's only one bracha, must be that it's taka one mitzvah. But Bemis, that raya is also shver. Why? Sefer is the name of the Sefer. Beautiful kasha. We know that mitzvah tefillin shel yad and tefillin shel roish are two mitzvahs. And the minyan of mitzvahs, ukshatam lois al yadecha is one mitzvah, but the Tovis ben yadecha is a zweite mitzvah. But we know that how many brachas do you make when you wear tefillin? So the Shittas HaRambam is that we make one bracha. It's two mitzvahs. So the Rambam has a klal that two mitzvahs have one inyan. If the two mitzvahs are tied in to one concept, so you can say one bracha and the two mitzvahs. So we say tefillin is lashon plural. Laniach tefillin. That's enough for both tefillin. If one speaks out, that's a Rambam Shita. If a person is mafsik between the tefillin shel roish, then he has to make a new bracha for the tefillin shel roish. But other than that, he can be kollel two mitzvahs if the inyan mecha. If the idea of the beide mitzvahs are one, even though they're separate mitzvahs in Sefer HaMitzvahs LaRambam, because one is not mark of the other. If one doesn't have both tefillin, he wears the one that he has, because each one is a mitzvah for itself. But from deswegen, you can have one bracha. So maybe Taka, Yoimi, and Shvui is two mitzvahs. But we make one bracha because inyan mecha. So both rayas of the Rambam al chere tzarchi. Both rayas that the Rambam brings are questionable. Not questionable if they're rayas. Questionable to understand the rayas. Don't get me wrong, Rabbi say. The Rambam is not questionable. The Rambam is Yatziv, V'nochem, V'kayim, V'yosha. No question. But we meant to try to understand. That's our mitzvah of Talmud Torah. To understand what the Rambam is saying. And here we have a problem. To understand both rayas of the Rambam. So I think Be'ez Hashem, we could enlighten the holy words of the Rambam. What's the question? What's the depth of the question? If it's one mitzvah, two mitzvahs. What's the shayla? It's just a shayla how to count. It's a counting shayla. How do we count? The Mach Mitzvah says you have to know. How do we count Sfiras Yoimeh? It's one or it's two? Or maybe the deep there's a deep suffix here in the idea of the mitzvah that gives us these two stones. Meaning as follows. One could say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us the mitzvah Sfiras HaOmer, mitzvah Yom Shvui, means that there are two cheshbonos that have to be counted out. We have to accomplish 49 days, and we also have to accomplish 7 weeks. There's two sachakoyos that we have to count to. We have to reach the commencement of Chamishim Yoim. That's one concept. And another concept of 7 weeks. At the same period of time, there's two inyonim nifrodim that were meant to count towards. That means 2 mitzvahs. If each one of these cheshbonos has a different neshama, has a different idea about it, so that's a separate mitzvah. But we could learn pshat that really there's only one idea. What is that idea? 7 weeks. We have to accomplish 7 weeks. But how does a week come about? A week comes about from days. 7 days creates a week. So really the Torah is telling us to make 7 weeks. But by counting each day, you're building the weeks. So really there's only one accomplishment that we're working towards. We want to create Sheva Shabbos Tvimos, 7 full weeks. Thank you. 7 full weeks. But you need to count the days to create the weeks. A week comes about from 7 days. So then it's one mitzvah. If that's the concept, that we're all counting. We're counting to build up the cheshbon of 7 weeks. So it's 2 protim how to bring about the 7 weeks. That's gewaltig. That's one mitzvah. That's one mitzvah that has 2 parts. You count the weeks by counting the days by which we build the weeks, and we finally reach Hayoim Tisha B'Aboim Yoim Sheim Shiva Shavuos Loim. That's it. That's the Rambam Sof. The Rambam is not declaring just how do we count. The shayla of counting